Hi, my name is Sarah and I have Pectus Excavatum. And you're probably wondering, what in the world is that? So pectus is a deformity of the chest where the chest wall caves inward instead of outward. And this is the first time I'm talking about it publicly because in 5 weeks I will be having major surgery to correct my chest. Now you're all probably wondering why I found it necessary to do that. I've been thinking about it for a few years now. I've been deciding on this, researching, and I made this decision because Pectus excavatum can affect the functions of your heart and your lungs. And after finally getting some tests done and figuring out what this thing I had my whole life was, I found out that surgery was necessary to keep things from getting worse and to help me feel better. So this is going to be a really big journey for me. I've never had major surgery before. I've never been in that kind of pain before. I'm going to be in recovery for 2 to 3 months. I have plans to go back to work in the fall, but who knows? And I won't make a full recovery until at least 6 months, possibly longer. So how I found out about this, this is something I've had my whole life, and maybe you've noticed it, maybe you haven't. It feels strange to call attention to it, but I want to talk about it because when I finally found out what I had actually had a name and a cure, I went researching and looking for others like me, and unfortunately, this is something that mostly happens to men. It's pretty rare, but it's more so with males than females. And of course, the people that have it, they don't want to talk about it. This is something that causes people a lot of psychological issues. It's very sensitive for a lot of people, including myself. I would only tell close friends. Maybe some people have noticed every now and then if we're in the same dressing room or something like that. But otherwise, this is something I've learned to hide and kind of pretend wasn't there my whole life. And I actually learned to live with it and accept it because my whole life I was interested in being on stage, fashion, and I got into pageants. So hiding this deformity was something I really had to do to feel like I could achieve my goals in those areas. So even after winning the swimsuit award at Miss America when I was Miss Florida, I still would notice it all the time because obviously I'm the one that has to live with it. Nobody else really notices that I'm aware of. Maybe you notice and you've just never told me because you don't want to hurt my feelings. But I have learned to live with it, but I don't know if I ever truly was in love with the fact that I look different than everybody else. And I'm not doing this surgery because I feel the need to change the look of my chest. This is something that I've grown to accept and have learned to make work for me. But after finally getting tests on it, I realized that it is having a negative effect on the functions of my lungs. Apparently, I am at a 60% lung capacity than most people. So I know it is affecting me in some way, shape, or form. It is scored on a scale. So most people have, it's called a Holler index of, I think it's 1 to 2, but I'm a 6. So that's how indented my chest wall is, which has a big effect on my lungs and heart. And I didn't really notice it so much as a kid, and that's why I think I never felt the need to reach out to a doctor. I thought it was strange that no doctor had ever pointed it out to me. So I was able to participate in PE classes. I never really had too much of, heart issues or lung issues that I was aware of. I didn't participate in a lot of sports, so I didn't really get to push myself in that way. But when I started to teach full time and sing and talk every single day for my profession, I noticed myself getting sick a lot, being fatigued way more than normal, and I just kind of blamed it on, oh, you're an adult now, you're working. But I think it really has to do with what's going on with the functions of my body as well. So if you want to support me in my journey, learn more about Pectus, kind of share this education with others, I would really appreciate it. I never had anyone or found anyone that was doing this online, getting to share their story. And I wish I had known about it so much sooner instead of finding out about it later. So if this is something you want to know more about, if you want to follow my journey pre and post surgery, please like and share, comment if you'd like to hear anything else about my journey of having Pectus Excavatum. And for any of you out there that are like me, that have hid this condition from your friends and family for so long, felt insecure by it, I just want you to know that you are not alone, and there's definitely ways to overcome it, either through surgery or not through surgery. There is definitely a way. So I hope you follow my journey and learn something from it too.